What is up, YouTube? You probably saw the title for this video and thought, what the actual fuck? Is this guy for real? Well, give me a few moments of your time to explain my perspective, and hopefully you can come to understand it. I'm sure if you're watching this video, then I trust that I do not have to give an in-depth explanation of the massive controversy surrounding the global passive for the upcoming character Castorice. The TLDR is that as long as you have Castorice on your account, she can revive members of your team if they are defeated, even if she is not in your current team lineup. This has sparked massive controversy, as this is not a direction many of us players expected Hoyo to go with HSR. And if you asked me 2 years ago if I thought there'd be a global passive in HSR, I would have called you insane. If anything, upon HSR's release, it was universally praised for being a fair gacha game that respects the player's time, even for a gacha game by Hoyoverse. The negativity surrounding Castorice is incredibly palpable online, as many content creators have pulled a complete 180 and quit Honkai Star Rail due to the predatory nature and FOMO this type of global passive introduces to the game. And many have theorized that this is setting an incredibly terrible precedent for potential future global passives later down the line. I, for one, am here to tell you today that I do not care about any of that stuff. I am not here to virtue signal and call people hypocrites or question their morality as human beings for how they choose to spend their time and or money. If you want to play the game, play the game. If you don't like the global passive, it is perfectly 100% fine for you and well within your right to quit the game and find more enjoyable ways to spend your time. Life is way too short to crash out on 2D waifus. I'm just an average guy, but even more than that, I am a D1 Acheron enjoyer. Since her release and to this day, she is still my favorite character both in-game and I enjoy her playstyle and I enjoy seeing large numbers on my screen. So of course, like any other rational, sane human being, I got lucky and got her to E2 S1, which I am perfectly content with as this opens up further options for her team building. This brings us to my current issue. Upon Jiaoqiu's release, my first thought, like many other people, was that he looked incredibly mid. I played the story and thought he was pretty cool, but aside from that, I didn't care too much about him at all, and I was looking more forward to Fei Xiao instead. Little did I know that he would end up being Acheron's best in slot support to both literally and figuratively cook the enemies and provide a massive boost to Acheron's damage and the rate at which she builds her stacks, and according to Global Certified, he provides a whopping 31% damage increase for Acheron, provided that you have his signature Light Go.
Replacing Pella with Jiaoqiu with his signature and an additional Acheron ultimate, which he would get, saw a 31% DPS increase in single target for Acheron, as well as a 60% increase in AoE.
Regardless if you have it or not, this is still a massive upgrade compared to Pela, who I am currently using in my Acheron team comp. As a self-proclaimed D1 Acheron enjoyer, it would only make sense for me to pull Jiaoqiu to provide a direct upgrade to my favorite team comp to use in the game, which in my opinion feels quite power creep proof. Furthermore, while I do agree that her global passive sets a wild precedent, I will not be pulling Castorice for a much simpler reason, which is that I feel like her global passive is like using summons in Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, I personally don't use summons at all, unless it's twin fucking gargoyles.
Alright, we're gonna go on a walk now. I don't want to play this anymore. This game fucking makes me miserable. Holy shit, I hate it so much.
As I feel it would trivialize my experience and enjoyment of the game, and I'd rather not feel like I'm being carried and experience the satisfaction of beating content from my effort. And in the case of HSR, the time investment I spend into building my characters. My enjoyment of HSR comes primarily from the journey of building characters and exploring new team comps. My payoff and satisfaction comes from being able to use them in endgame content and setting new PRs from using new team comps or using new relic pieces that I finally got good subsets for after being in the mines for 10,000 years. I'm also at the point now where most of my team comp niches have been filled out and I'm mostly just doing vertical investment. Hell, I might end up pulling an Anaxa for my third team since I am thoroughly enjoying using her as well. There's just something about seeing large numbers on my screen that just gets the old almonds going. Well, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video or agree with anything I said, be sure to leave a comment, and if you're feeling frisky, maybe even subscribe. Have a good one. You're super cute. I'm out. Peace.